JavaFX 2015. I'm Sven Reimers, and now I have here with me Gail and Paul Anderson from Anderson Software Group, doing trainings and stuff all around programming languages, NetBeans, JavaFX, so a couple of things. So, and today they are here for telling you about like JavaFX on top of NetBeans and how all this works and how you can make really great apps with this. So welcome.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thanks for having us here.
Now, this is our first time to DevOps, and it's everything that they said it was, so we're having a good time.
That's good. Great.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you, like Sven said, we've been very busy with our clients, helping them move to JavaFX from Swing. And also, we've been helping people with the NetBeans platform, too, as an infrastructure for UI designs. So the program that we have here,
Okay, let me
and maybe you can bring that up.
Yeah. Let me figure out whether it's always about this.
It's
mouse
here
disappearing
somewhere.
like, yay, I found it. Okay, so there you go.
There it is.
You're on.
All right. Okay, now this is a little UI that we designed that shows and teaches people how to use JavaFX effectively. And it basically is a program that monitors blood pressure readings, and we have the readings in a table, and we also have some very nice JavaFX charts, and everything you see here is out of the package. So Gail can interact with it. She can click on some buttons, and when she does that, you see the charts immediately upgrade and update themselves. And we're using a lot of really nice binding and listening techniques to make this all happen. She can also go in and select a reading, and we apply some drop shadows and give some nice user interactions to the user. If you look at the bar chart down below, which is updating the maximum, minimum, and average values, as Gail clicks on the buttons, you can see the number of readings changes.
These buttons.
Yeah, she does that. See, it's changing each time she clicks on the buttons. And we thought we'd just show you how easy it is in JavaFX to update something like that. It's actually one line of code. So let's go to the code right now, and we'll show you how we're doing that.
So is this like a, they talk about binding stuff here at DevOps. Is this the same technology? Or?
So, yeah, we just gave our talk, and we talked a lot about using JavaFX and using different binding strategies, also about observable lists and how they can be, you can attach listeners to them and use them, and how everything can be interconnected, and the importance of having JavaFX properties in your model data. So.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and scroll down to that statement there, where we can show you how we're doing the title. This is a standalone JavaFX program. Everything's out of the box. There it is right there. I think it's on line 296. And what we're doing is we're taking the title property of the bar chart's title, and we're using a binding expression here, which uses a library bindings.concat that will concatenate those strings together, and then we go out and we get the size of the bindings systolic reading, which is a numeric binding, and then we convert it with the Fluent API asString method to a string, and then we can create a string that updates the title property. So in this one statement with a bind, anytime the length of the series for the systolic reading is changing, either going up or down, the stat chart's title property is immediately updated with one line of code.
So as you see that and that,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Okay, and then I think I'm going to show them how to add a reading and some of the bindings we use to control some of these buttons here. So when you select something, it puts the readings in here, and when you deselect it, it clears them out, and it puts the date to the current date and time. Well, my computer thinks that it's 3 a.m. because it's on California time.
No wonder I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
But I'm going to add a reading now, and when I do that, you'll see that this changes. So I'm going to go into the current date and time frame and add something on the 23rd. That would be in there. And now you see the add button has become enabled because all these fields are filled in. If I get rid of this, the add button goes away. So again, that's binding, an easy bind statement. Yes, that's okay. And now you see this
Yeah.
readings title that we
So-
showed you the binding before.
Yeah, showing 17 readings now, yeah.
Okay, so Paul, you want to?
Yeah. So let's show you how we're doing that. Again, it's one line of code, spread over separate lines, of course, but still. And so Gail's going to scroll down there now, and there it is. Okay, it's at line 227. What we're doing is we're taking the disable property in the add button control in JavaFX, and we're calling the bind API. And then what we're doing is we're looking to see with the Fluent APIs if any of the text properties for the 3 blood pressure readings are empty. See, those are the calls to the is empty. And then the ors are saying, you know, is this empty or this empty or this empty? And then we also have a property that we maintain in the program that says it's okay to add or not to okay to add. And that one statement handles the enabling and disabling of the add button without writing any listeners, without writing any callback codes or anything. And this is the part of JavaFX that we really like, because not only is it easy to make the UIs, to design the UIs, but it also helps you make them work correctly.
Okay, and I just wanted to say a couple words about how this is structured, and that is that we use FXML to define the UI, and we used Gluon's scene builder to build it, which is a standalone program that you can get, but you can go to it from the FXML in the NetBeans IDE, and that helps keep the, as you know, it keeps the view separate from the controller and the model. So I think we want to show you.
So you're using FXML a lot?
Yes.
In real projects?
Yeah,
things?
we kind of use it by standard, and that helps also when you go to, if you want to use the NetBeans platform. That's really helps structure your JavaFX code if you're using. So that's what I wanted to show you next.
So great advice.
So I don't know if you want to talk while I'm doing this because I have to close this.
So
and
and a note on that. The scene builder tool from Gluon is really great. Our clients are using it because when you use the tool to drag and drop and it generates the FXML code, then you as a Java developer don't have to write as much Java code, because it gets rid of the tedious boilerplate of creating controls and then calling setters to configure them, because you can do that all in a declarative way in FXML. Okay, so what we've got now is another version of our program in the NetBeans platform, and now we've got each one of the charts and the table and the controls are all in separate windows. So what we've done now is we've enhanced the UI so that it has even more capabilities. For example, Gail could take one of the windows here and float it.
And that's a great thing to do in this situation, since our screen is a little bit.
Yeah.
And I can.
So floating is part of NetBeans platform, I think?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it's wonderful because a lot of times, a lot of our clients are really interested in visualizing data, and that's what they like about JavaFX. See, notice that Gail's got this window floated in the NetBeans platform, but as the window's changing with the new range of blood pressure data, all the other windows are changing too. So, it all works great. And of course, there's a redesign of this that's required because the other program was standalone, but it works out pretty well. Oh, and then
But the reuse of the JavaFX components and the FXML was just like the same as in the example shown?
So in this example, we divided each separate window into its own module, and that meant that we took the FXML code and we chopped it up. So the parts that were the line chart. So let's just look at this one, for example. This only has the line chart code, and the buttons. Yeah. So it's very short. And that's really nice because it's its own separate module, and it really helps maintain an application better.
So you had a very large FXML file for the whole application we saw first.
Yep.
And you just split it up into a couple of different.
Right.
Okay. So could you have been going for a separate FXML files for the basic application as well?
Yeah, I think you can do that by
Yeah.
with includes and stuff.
Yeah. So transformation process would be even easier then.
Yeah,
Yes,
it would be
that's
easier.
true. That's true.
right.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
again,
great.
the NetBeans platform encourages you to, modularize your application, so it all just fits in really well
Yeah.
as well. So shall we show them just a little bit of animation?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Animation is always good. It's like really visual candy for.
So why don't you dock that back and if one of I don't know if this will show up out here if you delete a reading, but one of the nice things that you can do in FX, if you delete that reading
let
right
me,
there, move that
this
down.
down.
One of the nice things you can do in JavaFX is you can put up statuses for people. When she clicks on the OK button, over on the left there, you can see something, and then you fade it out.
Yeah.
And this is very, very easy to do in JavaFX with fade transitions, and it helps a lot of people with the UI to see something instead of it just being eliminated immediately. The other thing that we couldn't resist doing because JavaFX has a reputation for spinning circles was we decided that we might, why couldn't we do this, right? This has no redeeming qualities whatsoever, except it sure looks cool.
And it's very easy to do.
And this is so easy to do in JavaFX because it's a rotate transition, and all we're doing is applying it to the parent of the scene graph that you see that's showing the line chart, and then we just tell it to rotate, around a z-axis, and it's really cool. So there's a lot of effort and a lot of interest in JavaFX and the NetBeans platform to build really sophisticated UIs like these.
So did you encounter any problems with integration with JavaFX and Swing? So NetBeans is a Swing application, so you have to use the integration of JavaFX and Swing.
Right. So there's a specialized component in JavaFX called JavaFX panel that allows you to integrate JavaFX content into a Swing container. And so we use that for each one of these windows. And you also have to make sure that you do any updates to your JavaFX scene graph on the JavaFX application thread. And there's ways to do that. Swing has Swing utilities.invoke later that Swing users are used to using. JavaFX has its also platform.run later that you do the same thing.
Yeah. So I think there's a hidden secret property to make both the threads one.
There is a hidden secret property to make both threads the same, and we have used it. It does work.
Okay, that's good.
But it's at the current time, it's non-standard, so we tend to, since we're into the training and teaching, we do it the standard way.
Okay,
but
good.
as far as I know, there's no problems with
I
using
think
it.
they switch it off by default to just in case anything weird might happen.
Right.
If it would be on by default, it would be bad. So
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
just give it a shot if you would like to those things. Okay.
Right.
Great. So Laura Lechote from the platform perspective from JavaFX. So great to have you here. Thanks for doing this
Yeah.
review.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
having
much.
us, Sven.